Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Glenn Roth from Citrix Systems. I'm a senior lead engineer. Been with them for 4.5 years. So many of you may know us as a virtual application, virtual desktop solution. I've been talking with many of our customers out here in the crowd. Today I wanted to actually bring to light one of the new offerings that we announced in May at our Citrix Synergy conference, Citrix Analytics. So really what we're doing is pulling together all of our Zen app, Zen desktop, our application desktop virtualization platforms, our mobility platforms, pulling them all into a central reporting repository and connecting that with Citrix Cloud. Citrix Cloud is actually an AI environment that we can actually analyze both machine learning and the user learning to understand what those users are doing and help protect against inside threats. So if you look at the majority of hacks over the last few years, Snowden and others, it's all insider threats, right? So with that, we can detect whether I'm a 8 to 5 user, or if I'm logging in maybe at 4 in the morning instead of my normal 8 a.m. Okay, am I accessing sensitive files, sensitive information that is out of character for me? We'll track all that. We can initiate different triggers based on that information. So for example, if I'm accessing sensitive information, we can start recording our screen sessions. We can actually see what I'm doing in the act, notify our CCERT teams, my manager, stuff like that. So we can actually continually kind of go through a progression of triggers, disable that user, maybe do some more capturing from a networking perspective so that we can see where they're connecting to, maybe who's connecting in, what the data that they're actually trying to capture and disseminate is. Now, a couple different things with Citrix Analytics. So as I said earlier, we can connect information from Zen app, Zen desktop, Zen mobile, which is a mobility platform, and our NetScaler, which is our front-end device. Now, one of the differences with us is that we don't care where the users are at, right? We have many agencies that are still on-prem with their VDI and application and desktop virtualization needs. We also have many that are moving to the cloud. We support both on-premises with all the major hypervisors and also with cloud, AWS, Azure, Google, whatnot. And then also last, a hybrid of both. Now, when we talk about those attacks, as I said earlier, they can become very sophisticated with different different attack vectors, right? So based on the machine learning and the artificial intelligence that we have in Citrix Cloud, that's where we can go ahead and act upon those. So we can say, okay, what happened? All right, we know that a user logged in at a time, for example, that maybe they're not supposed to be or not normally downloaded. In this case, they are excessive sensitive file downloads, okay? How did it happen? Stolen credentials. What will happen? We're going to have loss of that sensitive information because the user is trying to go ahead and take that and pull it outside of your environment. And lastly, what are we going to do? In this case, we're going to actually go ahead and quarantine that user, put them in their own little special network sandbox so we can go ahead and continually monitor them, find out where they're coming from, where they're sending that data to, so that way we can find out more information about that. Traditionally in the past, we've had too many issues where we know we've been breached, we see that there's an issue and we just go ahead and cut it off, but then we don't know, okay, where are they actually coming from, what were they trying to get, and where are they trying to send it to. With this, we can kind of move them to a quarantine, continually monitor them, cut them off when we want. Additionally, we can go ahead and notify our CCERT teams, the user's manager, whatnot. Now that was a very quick and high level discussion on that. I actually have a full video if anyone wants to come to the booth. We can kind of step through what that looks like and how it would work in a user environment. And again, thank you for your time today.